Hey, down here! Welcome to Breakthrough Fall Benefit. The grown-ups are going to be here in a minute, but first, we want to show you our breakthrough and what it means to us. Hit it! Ethan Yoga. We had dance parties. We learned to read. We go vegetables. We play with our friends. We take naps. We learn to cook delicious food. We improve on math and reading.
We make pottery.
We play basketball. We learn to play music.
We clean up our community.
We're learning how to code.
We help each other grow our confidence.
Okay, that was a look at our breakthrough, but now we have to see what the adults have to say. We're gonna send this to Bill and Sharon to get the fall benefit started. Bye!
Such an amazing video.
Yeah, they sent it to us. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love the line about confidence, though. And
Yes.
that was fantastic.
Absolutely. Welcome to Breakthrough's 2021 Annual Benefit. We are so glad you guys are joining us this evening. My name is Sharon Massenberg, and I oversee the housing and health initiatives at Breakthrough as our Chief Program Officer.
And I'm Bill Curry, Chief Growth Officer at Breakthrough. We're so proud of the work that Breakthrough is doing, and we'll continue to celebrate and rise in the midst of uncertainty. This year's theme is Rise. We've seen the power of our community to rise in the face of the global pandemic, decades of inequities, and personal adversity. Breakthrough is partnering with residents every day to rise above barriers and create lasting change in Garfield Park.
So many of you are joining us live through watch parties around Chicago and the United States. It is overwhelming to have your support. We are so grateful for each of you. Thank you for joining us.
Our work at Breakthrough is comprehensive, strategic, and purposeful. Many of you are hearing about our work for the first time, so please take a look at this video to learn more about what we do and who Breakthrough is.
Breakthrough is a nonprofit organization located on the west side of Chicago and the Garfield Park neighborhood. Here we partner with community residents to provide access to resources, to build connections, develop skills, and open doors of opportunity.
We have a bold vision here in Garfield Park. We are focused on bringing the resources and being a part of the culture within the community itself, where people can live their full, best life if we can solve issues of access to opportunity.
We are a group of diverse people that come together to see a safe, stable, engaged, and thriving Garfield Park.
Since our founding in 1992, Breakthrough has partnered with those affected by homelessness to provide housing and wraparound services. We also have support center services between the hours of 9 and 3 p.m., where we are providing breakfast, lunch, showers, phone, access to printers, internet. We have licensed clinical social workers and wellness coaches who are meeting the needs of the folks who are coming in. Our goal is to move people from crisis to stability.
The Breakthrough Youth Network provides services for youth in Garfield Park as early as our 2-year-olds all the way up to our young adults at age 24. These services include Breakthrough Beginners, which is early childhood services. We provide college and career services for our oldest youth. In between, we have after-school programs, skill-building programs such as arts, technology, and sports. Building healthy relationships, having a safe place, positive youth development skills such as leadership, growing academic skills. We see young people grow up to become healthy adults who are thriving in their adult life.
Through Breakthrough's Economic Opportunity Center, we're providing opportunities for financial stability, occupational advancement, and financial independence. Financial independence and financial stability looks different for everybody. For some, it might look like that they need to develop skills to acquire their first job. For others, it might mean that they want to start a savings account, or how do I become a first-time homeowner? We understand that there are certain barriers that exist in our community, and we're here through the Economic Opportunity Center to help people find their way wherever they are along their journey.
Our community experiences a high rate of violence. Breakthrough's response includes 24/7 street outreach team, case management, victim services, re-entry services, safe space events, and peer support. Breakthrough's goal is that residents experience fewer incidents of violence in their lives, increase their feelings of safety, heal from trauma, and are restored to their community.
Our food pantry exists because there are people who don't have access to healthy food items or to food at all. And so we have healthy and nutritious food for those in our community. People can come in, they can shop from the shelves, grab what they want to get fresh, healthy food.
The work that Breakthrough does is so important because there are inequities that have existed for such a long time. Those inequities have to be addressed. Resiliency has already been built. We recognize the dignity of people. We hold true to this idea that relationships are important, and we walk that out through our faith in God. Breakthrough is motivated by love and shows up every day to dismantle those inequities.
Hi, my name is Marcy Curry, Chief Program Officer of the Breakthrough Youth Network.
And I'm Damian Morris, Senior Director of Violence Prevention. Sharon and Bill showed you about the work Breakthrough has been doing for the last 30 years. Now we want to show you why we do it.
Chicago. We're one city made up of 77 neighborhoods. And while the city is our home and we love it, the unfortunate truth is this.
The neighborhood you live in is a huge factor in the types of jobs that you have available to you, education, transportation, life expectancy, and even the daily struggles you face.
Our neighborhood, East Garfield Park, is just 4 miles west of downtown Chicago. And although we're a beautiful community filled with 20,000 residents who are resilient and full of hope, we are still facing a mountain of challenges brought on by systems of racial injustice that have marginalized and oppressed residents within our community and the way we experience everyday life. These effects are real and long-lasting. Here are just a few.
The median household income here in East Garfield Park is $21,000, while 2 L stops away in the West Loop, it's $102,000.
18% of our neighbors are unemployed. Just a 20-minute drive up the street to Lincoln Park, that rate drops to 4%.
The life expectancy of a Chicagoan drops from 82 years old for those living downtown to 68 in our community. That's a 14-year difference, just 2 neighborhoods away.
While a public high school in Chicago's Gold Coast boasts a graduation rate of 96%, just take a 17-minute bus ride to East Garfield Park, where the students, teachers, and administration are up against so much, and see that rate fall to 50%.
Most of us are aware of historic redlining, but a 2020 study reveals a version of modern-day redlining. Minorities pay between 3 and 5% more in fees than similarly qualified whites when obtaining a loan from that same white broker. This same study also showed that in Chicago's 77 communities, lenders invested more in one white community than all of the Black neighborhoods combined. Rising unemployment rates, a decline in the median household income, on top of discriminatory lending practices, makes home ownership nearly impossible within our community. Well, let me be clear. That makes home ownership nearly impossible for the current residents within our community. Oftentimes, when we look at economic injustices and the disparities that impact communities like Garfield Park, we only look at it from a lens of how it impacts the adults. My name is Walonda Cannon. I'm Breakthrough Senior Director of Economic Opportunity. And today I'm going to join Damien and Marcy to talk about how this impacts our children. So Damien and Marcy, it's hard to watch those numbers, isn't it? The both of you are really on the front lines and your teams are doing dynamic work. And I think sometimes this goes unspoken. So let's just kind of unpack this a little bit today. Marcy, tell me about the youth that you see, kind of the ages that kind of land on your doorstep, and then Damien, you as well.
Yeah, so in BYN, we're working with children as young as 2, and we're expanding that all the way to young adults who are 24. So, really all the youth in that age bracket are facing these same things that their parents are facing. We call them adverse childhood experiences, and it shows up in a lot of ways that it maybe doesn't show up for their parents. I think the one that concerns me the most is how it impacts the educational outcomes.
So in the violence prevention department, right, we service from ages 13 to 24. They can fall in either the high risk, at risk, or associated risk category.
We've talked about this a lot, right? We've talked about violence prevention, we've talked about early childhood education, we've talked about high school programming, but I've never, until just you guys have really educated a lot of us, I've never really associated what we're doing as prevention or solutions to these economic disparities, right? How does education tie into that? How does the racial dynamics tie into that? Can you just unpack that a little bit and what children are seeing?
Yeah, so poverty really is in the classroom, right? You take poverty with you, and it changes you. Wow. And so a child who's experiencing poverty, a family that's experiencing poverty, when you look at the standardized test scores between, the upper income families and the lower income families, there's a huge, huge gap, almost 2 school years behind in some cases. And so the children who are showing up to school are bringing all of these things with them, the survival mindset, and so many challenges that they're facing in their homes. And then those are barriers to them learning. But there's more to it than that, because the system that they're coming to isn't addressing those. The schools can't address all of those things. So the mental health issues, the food insecurity, the housing insecurity, the things that come along with poverty aren't being addressed at school. And so students are then, behind because they're dealing with all of these things. And the fight or flight response that it causes your brain, the stress that kids sit in classrooms with, of course they're going to be falling behind because their minds are distracted with adult things.
Not to mention the pandemic as well, right?
And that's just a whole nother layer. And so if you start to fall behind when you're 2 and 3 years old, it puts you on a trajectory that is hard to recover. They kind of say if you're struggling still in 3rd grade, that gap is wide. It's so wide, it's really irrecoverable in many cases. And then when Damien starts to work with older youth, right, it's even more pronounced, right?
So I can imagine, children going to school and they're getting ready in the morning and they're putting their books in their backpack. I'm also putting the element of poverty, the element of mental health issues that I'm experiencing. I'm also probably putting in there a relative of mine or someone may be a victim of violence or whatever. All of these invisible, intangible things are going in that backpack with me, and I am loading that on my shoulder as a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid. And here I go walking to school, and I have to sit and kind of work through that. Damien, I think that we were kind of talking about this a little bit, and sometimes it's not the child or their family's fault that this is their experience. What does that look like for those who are kind of migrating out of the school age and what you're seeing?
Yes, so what I'm seeing is we're seeing survival mode. They're living for the day, and they're not really planning for long term because they just can't see like the long-term benefits of it. So they living for today, and so when we meet them, they took the books out already. So now they left with trauma, they left with systemic issues, a dysfunctional home. So that's what they carrying now. And so now when we engage with them, now we can see what the barriers are, and we try to provide an alternative as well. So we just trying to change their perception of what support looks like.
But really responding to what they need. That's kind of in my mind, love in action, right? What would you say about, what does love in action look like for you?
Well, for me, love in action looks like it's unconditional and it's relentless. A lot of the youth, the reason why they feel that there's no hope is because the inconsistency of people that's been in their lives. And so they don't want to feel let down again, right? And so you have to show that relentless engagement. That's key. I'm always going to check up on you. I'm always going to go to the house. I'm going to meet you. I'm going to catch you on the block, walking down the street, whatever, right? That's my way of showing love. And so they're receptive to it, right? So even though they may resist a little bit, but deep down inside, they know that I care, so.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Well, I think even in the mentoring world, a lot of the mentoring takes place in an organized way, right? Youth show up to a program, it's mentoring, but the real work is done in the relationships outside of that program, right? So you have a program, you build relationships, it's a place to convene, it's a safe space, and then relationships are built inside of that. The trust and the relentless engagement follows up.
We have a youth who kind of like intersects with both of our programs. And so from a violence prevention standpoint, we're there to provide an opportunity for him to make an income, right? But at the same time, he's crossing over into the BYN network as well. Not only were we were able to provide resources for him, but we was also able to provide behavioral health services for his brother, grief counseling for his mother, because they dealt with a death of their brother and son that kind of like created a domino effect. And so the family still struggled with that. And so that put that youth that me and Marcy know, right, at an associated risk.
When we talk about relentless engagement and voice, it's like, I'm gonna come for you, and I'm going to listen to you, and I'm gonna encourage you. Mm-hmm. And when times get tough, I'll still be here with you.
We have the best of both worlds, I should say. And that's a level of support that the youth need.
I think it's like shared knowledge, but it's also recognizing the strengths of both programs and what they're intending to do, and trusting one another with that.
This is what I love about Breakthrough. I'm just gonna say this. There's this collaborative approach with violence prevention and BYN, because it's like there is not one formula. You know what I mean? Like trust and intentionality and compassion, and then looking at everybody just like you are an individual. You are not a statistic. Yes. You're not a stigma. You matter.
The Breakthrough Trunk Party is a program for youth who are college-bound. Students come to Breakthrough, and our donors have provided a whole store of items to build out the dream dorm that they've always wanted, and everything is completely free.
Good morning, everyone. Here's a round of applause for graduating high school and college.
One of the values that we have in the youth program is to really give voice and choice to our students. And one of the ways that we demonstrate that is we listen to their ideas. The idea for the trunk party came from one of our young students whose sister was going off to college. And she said to me, "Hey, we should have a community trunk party because my sister needs all these things for college." So many students are first-generation college students, and so they really don't have any experience on what it takes to build out a college dorm room. So many of our youth are getting wonderful scholarships to pay for their tuition, and there's still a gap for them to afford the things that they need to live on campus. Imagine showing up at a college dorm and your roommate has all these nice things because they come from wealth, and it's a struggle for you to have the things that you need. And so the trunk party removes that barrier and helps our students know that they belong there. The trunk party is a chance for the community to really come behind these college-bound youth and say that all of us are with you as you go on this journey.
My name is Kenneth Hamlin. I am going to Millikan University in Decatur, Illinois. I'm going to be studying physical education and physical therapy.
My name is Addison Curry, and I'll be attending the University of Tampa. I really want to become a teacher.
My name is Kier Jordan. I will be attending Illinois State University. I'm studying finance and business.
My name is Kamora Dillard. I'm going to Washington University in St. Louis. I plan on studying psychology and maybe minoring in legal studies.
In my immediate family, I'm going to be the first to graduate college. Kind of excited but nervous at the same time.
College in my family, the only person that really went to college is my cousin. So me and my older brother are going to be the first ones to finish college.
The trunk party today is just showing that Breakthrough is just still always going to be there for me.
Being a part of Breakthrough, everyone's like your family. So it's really exciting to come to the trunk party and have like my family sending me off to college and give me everything I need.
They just like push you to be the best that you can. And I feel like even after you graduate and like they're still trying to look out for you.
It means a lot that Breakthrough's in this community because it's not like a lot of resources here. I've been a part of Breakthrough for a long time. They help me a lot with everything.
I would like to say thank you for everything that they have ever done for me.
To the staff and donors at Breakthrough, I want to say thank you so much for helping first-generation college students like me because it gives me hope.
Because of the support of people like you, Breakthrough has been able to open doors of opportunity for many young people in our community. Tonight, you can invest in the future of Garfield Park and partner with us to create change. Give online now at breakthrough.org/benefit.
There are so many new things happening at Breakthrough. You've heard about the collaborative initiatives that have been recently launched between our Breakthrough Youth Network and our violence prevention teams. And another new program that I'm so excited about is our new Economic Opportunity Center. Our commitment and desire to support our community has only grown deeper in the face of a global pandemic and, of course, the recognition of systemic injustices. I'm excited to share more with you about our new initiative to provide economic empowerment and enhance the financial well-being of Garfield Park residents in a sustainable way. When I look at Garfield Park, I see two things. I see a community full of resilient people who get up and work hard every day, who fight for the best for their families. I see neighbors on the porch supporting one another. I see amazing, beautiful people. I also see a community that has been impacted by racism, systemic injustice, dynamics that impact the quality of health care that a person can experience, the types of schools that their children can go to. I see barriers that are not the fault of the people who live in the community. The Economic Opportunity Center exists to level the playing field so that people who work hard every single day are not just working hard to survive, but they're working hard to thrive.
Here at Breakthrough, we are taking an integrative approach to provide services in 5 key areas that will meet people where they are in their journey. The first approach is workforce development, where we assist people with career readiness training, job placement, career development, and job retention support. And financial coaching, we provide services where people will be able to increase their financial literacy, develop budgets, savings. With our income support services, we help residents gain access to benefits that they are eligible for, which increases their income. In our housing area, we provide housing education and coaching that will lead to home ownership. And in small business development, we help launch small businesses through coaching and education.
This work is dynamic. Last year, we served over 200 people. We're already seeing results. We are seeing people show up at our doorsteps. They're taking advantage of our services.
I completed the program. I was able to complete an internship in food service. I was able to have a part-time job. I can honestly say Breakthrough had went above and beyond for me. I benefited from everything.
I had fell back on my rent because I was laid off from work. Breakthrough helped me with my rent. I started budgeting my money, started saving more. I'm back on my feet now. Breakthrough is very awesome. They help everybody.
In the coming years, the Economic Opportunity Center will be a hub of resources where no matter where you are and where you want to be, this is a place that's gonna bring everything that seems unreachable in arm's reach so that people really, really can change the trajectory of their lives. That's where we're going. Whether in a pandemic or not, Breakthrough is determined to meet people where they're at. And sometimes that looks like job training, sometimes it looks like coaching, and other times it looks like advocacy. I'm excited to share with you D'Angelo's story.
Are you ready? I got a story to tell you. I'm from the west side of Chicago, West Garfield. While I was growing up, like not having a mom or a dad, I don't really trust a lot of people. High school is where everything crashed. Freshman year, it was like, man, forget it. I'm about to be 14. Like I don't have a bright future. I'm just gonna do whatever I want to do. So I just started getting in trouble. This when I became, the person that I didn't want to be. Started gangbanging. One day, we got caught. I got locked up. But while I was in there, man, that's when I became lost. When I got out, I was just trying to find the littlest stuff to keep me, occupied and keep me going, keep me motivated. Because the path I was going down, I was gonna be dead. Wasn't no more jail. It was actually my godmother that got me to come to Breakthrough to get some job training.
D'Angelo walked through the door. I could see that he was down. He just was unsure. And he said, I want a job. I want to work. I said, D'Angelo, what is your dream job? What do you want to do? And he said, I want to work for CTA. And I said, it's a process. And D'Angelo's like, well, I'm ready.
I went to classes and stuff, teaching me about resumes and to get some job training. I took that, I learned, and I ran with it.
With D'Angelo, I saw determination. D'Angelo did not want to give up on his life, no matter what he had been through. And what he was looking for is someone that believed enough in him to help him believe in himself.
It was like all the talks, always being there for me, always checking up on me coming around, them showing that they love and care about me. It motivated me, like, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna be what I'm supposed to be.
The first time after he completed the career readiness training program, he applied for CTA. They denied him. So I called D'Angelo. I said, D'Angelo, we can apply for CTA again.
In my mind, I was like, okay, I got rejected the first time, but I know I'm not gonna give up because I don't give up on anything. So I actually came back the second time, did the application again. Telling me, I'm never gonna forget this day. They actually called me and told me I had got it. To work for CTA is something I always wanted to do, and I'm doing it.
When people come to Breakthrough, this name means a lot because you're gonna get a breakthrough. We have a holistic service, so you can come here to get whatever you need. We're here to help you succeed.
Kajaria was always there. And not to mention Nate, no matter what, encouraging me, inspired me, making sure that I was down on the right path. I looked at them as family. Basically, that's when I thought I trusted them. They taught me how to be a better person and helped me be a better man and a better leader. And before, I was lost. But now, I look at it, my future is real bright.
Thank you for being with us. The last 2 years have caused all of us to reimagine how we do business, work, and life. Some of you are hosting watch parties virtually and in your homes. Thank you. You are champions, and we appreciate you. When our Lois started Breakthrough almost 30 years ago, I'm certain she had no idea she was creating an example for all of us of unshakable faith, authentic community, and strong partnership. Over the last several months, as the new executive director of Breakthrough, I've appreciated the expertise and compassion of our staff. During this very difficult season, I've been fortunate enough to experience the love of many of you, demonstrated in such a generous way. But also, I've got to see an entire team of people rise out of their own hardships to provide competent, compassionate partnership to parents, youth, people without homes, and victims in our community. We have figured out what it takes for a community to rise. You've heard D'Angelo share about his new career. You've heard about the integration of existing programs and even about the new programs we've been busy launching. The veil on inequities has been ripped. However, hope is rising. We have been relentless this year in doing our part to intervene in the hunger, housing, and education crises our community has faced. I am grateful that over 55% of those entering our shelters during the pandemic were assisted into permanent housing. That's 127 lives changed. I'm pleased to say when our parents needed to work and had no place for their children to go during the pandemic, we were there, providing a safe place for students to access remote learning. I am thankful that we were able to continue providing hot meals and fresh food to those who need it. Despite social distancing, we were there on the scene of tragedy, offering comfort and resources to victims' families. Not only were we a tangible demonstration of love for the community, but also for our staff who faced one tragedy after another. The pandemic is creating more barriers for us to overcome, but I am even more excited about what's to come. We will integrate more of our programs and relentlessly engage the most vulnerable, seniors, young people, and those without homes. We will use our 30 years of human service to partner with our community and other entities to create systemic change for our community. And we will do it so well that in 50 years, there will be no need for our services. You've heard it from Marcy tonight. When you've been impacted by poverty, you carry it with you, and it affects all areas of your life. We want to see our community rise out of poverty and into its fullest potential. In order for a community to rise, there must be real opportunities, authentic relationships, and hope. There is more that we can and get to do together. We know that to rise truly, it takes all of us. No matter where you are, Chicago's West Side, South Side, the North Shore, or the Western suburbs, Florida, or even California. It takes intentionality in moving the levers that create change in our community. With your support, we can do it together, shouldering the awesome responsibility that we have been trusted with. I'm asking you tonight to give generously to Breakthrough. If you're new to Breakthrough and this is your first gift, a generous friend has agreed to match your gift. If you've given to Breakthrough before, your gift tonight can also be matched when you become a monthly donor. This match gives us the amazing opportunity to have double the impact in Garfield Park. Now is the time. Will you rise with us? Thank you so much for your time and your generosity. Your financial commitment makes a difference. We hope to see you on the Breakthrough campus really soon. Have a great night.
Welcome to Breakthrough Fall Benefit.
Let's go with that. There was no singing, right? No.
Everybody's looking like you should be talking, okay?
Okay, that was a look at our...
Say the look.
Rewind.
Bill is trying to see all the fall...
I was like, wait, where word to words go. It's fine.
I know that wasn't the right way to say it.
Trying to.
Is that recorded already?
Lead to. Cut.
Fall benefits started.
So I'm dismissed?
Right.
Thanks. Come on, you guys. Okay.
Bye.